So now that we've got our specimen assigned a collecting event, let's georeference that specimen within the collecting event. So we'll go back to comprehensive, scroll down, go to this bar right here. Now you can see that there are two different options for creating a georeference. If you have something that has a verbatim georeference, you can create one verbatim immediately by clicking that green button. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, looks like we're getting an error. It might be because I have this plus or minus sign in front of my geolocation uncertainty. Let's try again. There we go. That was successfully created. All right, so now I've got a latitude and longitude and I've got a georeference. What does it actually look like on the map? This is actually just a preview pane. If I go to georeferences here, you can see, there's my georeference as a circle polygon in here. All right, so this is one way to make a georeference in TaxonWorks. You can just hit the create georeference from verbatim button. But let's assume that I didn't have a verbatim data on mine. If this was a brand new specimen and the only information I had was Allerton Park. So Allerton Park is a nature reserve and conference center in Piatt County, Illinois, just south of Monticello. And you can see here that Robertson Allerton Park is actually quite expansive, and I wasn't given any more information. If I wasn't given any more information, such as a georeference, it would actually be a decently sized polygon. But that's okay. We can do that in TaxonWorks. Let's go through the different options. So if I was going to do this de novo without pulling in georeferences from anywhere else, I could quickly do this a couple ways. If I wanted to just create a point and be really quick about it, I can just add a point right there, drop down a marker, no uncertainty, and be done with it. I can also update the error radius or the date done down here. So that's one way to do it as well. All right, so that's one way you can do that georeference. So we'll leave that one on there for now. You can have multiple georeferences on an object. If this was a square-shaped object, I could just create any sized rectangle that I wanted to as well, using this rectangle creator right here. So that's another way to do this georeference. We also have the point and add uncertainty, point with uncertainty tool right here. Draw a circle where I can click on a point and go up or down to add some uncertainty. Now there's a noticeable caveat here. You can't create anything higher than 10,000 meters. If you try to do that, it'll give you an error. This one was only at 3,600. Also, with any of these, if you go outside the bonds of your assigned geographic area, it's not going to let you do that, which would be a contradiction. So let's see, let's create a polygon over here, for example, and you'll see georeference is not contained in the geographic area bound to the collecting event. So that'll keep you from assigning wayward georeferences to specimens if you already know the geographic area. So you can assign points with error. You can also assign a circle marker, which is just a basic circle marker. It doesn't let you edit the area until you actually created it. One of the most useful ones, though, is the polygon. So let's go ahead and get rid of our other georeferences on here. Just delete these real quick. And let's try to create a little bit more of a precise one for Allerton Park. Having been here, I know that Allerton Park roughly corresponds to these outlines right here. So I'm going to create a polygon, a custom polygon that corresponds to this park. We'll just add this in right here. You can just keep clicking until you think you've finished adding all the different parts. All right, and I've created this weird custom polygon for Allerton Park right here. You can add the date done and things like that as well. All right, so now I've shown you 4 different ways to get that georeferenced in TaxonWorks. You can also import coordinates from other places. So for example, if I have specimens, or if I use the commonly used collaborative georeferencing tool Geolocate, I can escape out of here and go to my Geolocate software. pull this up and trying to just grab workbench. Yeah, there we go. I can grab that information right there and go back to my georeferences pane and just add those in. Ah, that didn't work for some reason. That's because this is actually going to Allerton, not Allerton Park. So a little bit weird there, but the principle remains the same. It's actually outside of the bounds of our geographic area. I can also import WKT coordinates. If I just copy those in verbatim, it'll import those as well. Or I can just enter my coordinates. If I went to something like GeoHack and just copied my coordinates, I can just enter those really quickly here and assign a range distance or an area of uncertainty. There you go. I can add a new georeference that way. So there are lots of different ways to get a georeference on a collecting event in TaxonWorks. But in this case, we'll just use the one that was on the specimen to begin with. So now if we go back here to our object, you can see that it now has a georeference verbatim data. And if you look, you'll see that that is put under both verbatim latitude and verbatim longitude, as well as decimal latitude and decimal longitude, as well as the coordinate uncertainty in meters. And that's how you get a specimen georeferenced in TaxonWorks.